What is up, YouTube? Today, we're going to be talking about this really cool deck called Mew Vmax. I know a couple days ago, I made a video that Mew Vmax is a problem because it's a trap, it's very linear, it is, it's got the Scorpion. The Scorpion comes after you. But I figured out the solution. After looking at the Silver Tempest set list and dissecting everything carefully, this one very amazing card stood out to me. Now, everyone else probably also came to the same conclusion. But that doesn't matter. We also did. Forest Sealstone is a card in Mew Vmax that makes it significantly better because it's got this. It's basically when you attach it to a Pokemon, it gives it a V-Star power. Pretty cool, right? Now, Star Alchemy says search your deck for a card, put it in your hand. Pretty cool, right? Now, this works under Path to the Peak. That is pretty insane because Path to the Peak is one of Mew Vmax's biggest, problems. The Scorpion's also one. But we're bringing it back in the form of Fusion Strike Mew. Now, Fusion Strike Mew is a deck that's been kind of fallen off the wayside since the World Championships because it requires a lot to actually function. It has one of the strongest turn 1, turn 2s in the game if you can take 2 prizes. But after that turn 1, turn 2, the deck kind of starts falling off, and you lose steam very quickly once your Fusion Strike energies are gone. The Alessa's Sparkles start to clunk up your hand, and you can't really close out games as efficiently as you'd like. That's why the heavy boss cross-switcher DTE version became more popular because it had many ways to bounce stadiums. So let's look at what's different from this list than usual Fusion Strike Mews. The strategy revolves around using Meloetta, which has Melodious Echo, which is 70 times for each Fusion Strike energy attached to all your Pokemon. You can have up to 4 Fusion Strike energy in your deck, therefore putting us at 280 damage. Now that pretty much caps out a lot of the damage we need to close out games. This will take a first turn prize for the 210, 240 with a tablet to choice belt, whatever, that gets us there every time. So Meloetta is meant to take 2 prizes on the first turn, and then it's probably getting knocked out. And then we can close out the game with Mews and DTEs. So the combo goes, let's get an Alessa's Sparkle, let's attach 2 Fusion Strike energy to our board. Let's pivot into this Meloetta, take 2 prizes with Pokemon Catcher to drag up their bench Pokemon. If they've got a 2 prizer on the bench, pull it up, take a knockout. Hopefully this puts us really far ahead. And then we go to the Mew Vmax, take another 2 prizes on something on the bench, either using Boss's Order, Serena, or Pokemon Catcher, and then do it again with Horn. That's why we're playing 2 copies of Horn. We play 1 copy of Fan of Waves because Lugia does happen to be an issue sometimes if they get that early V-Guard energy, especially on a 2 prize Lugia that, let's say we miss the turn 1 knockout or something of that nature, and they get a Lugia V-Star up and running. We have to kind of hit into it, and sometimes they'll take out our Meloetta. We have to hit into it with a Mew, and V-Guard energy really becomes a problem, so we need to be able to Fan of Waves it on that specific turn. There's a lot of special energy in the format right now, including decks like Regigigas and stuff like that, so being able to just put them in a little bit of a worse spot helps a ton. Lost City is our stadium of choice. We only have 2 stadiums because I don't want our hands getting clunked up too much, and Path isn't necessarily too much of a problem because we do have the Forest Sealstone. Hopefully, if we can get the combo off without using Forest Sealstone on the first turn, this becomes a get-out-of-jail-free card for Path to the Peak at any point in the game. The rest of the deck is just heavy items. We're just going in, doing our best. You can probably flex around the stadiums a little bit. Play 1 maybe copy of Pokestop. You can get the second Horn, I think. The second Horn is a flex spot. I'm just trying it out here to be as aggressive as possible in this list. But this list has a lot of room to work with, and Mew has always been strong because it's Mew. So without further ado, let's jump into some gameplay. I'm on PTCGO today, not PTCG Live, because Forest Sealstone is currently disabled on PTCG Live. I do technically have an account on both because I transferred over my main account a really long time ago when Live first came out because I believed in it, and then I had to rebuild this account from scratch because it was buggy and bad and everything was wrong with it. Okay, it's fine. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Wow, that's a lot of. I don't even need a VIP pass here. My hand's kind of broken. Wow. Okay, I mean, we see a Radiant Greninja hit the board. I'm literally just dropping all of these guys, I think. I'm not entirely sure if I want to Ultra Ball away the Lost City yet because we don't have up against a Path deck. So we're going to go ahead and put this DTE down and draw 1 card. I could put the Fusion down early, which might have been the better choice, but I don't really mind. Let's hit a VIP pass here. That'd be nice. That's fine. I'm not pressed about that. That's okay. Let's draw 2 more cards. There's a Forest Sealstone. I'm not going to put it down Actually, I'm going to put it down just so I can draw 1 more card. Because I don't really mind what's going on. We've got an Alessa's in hand already, a Lost City there. And we can, if this was a turn 1, we could have gotten a 220 knockout on whatever is in the active. I think my hand is pretty good as it is. let's retreat because I'm kind of worried about scorpions potentially. And if we get scorpion here, we could just lose the game. And we'll just pass because we have the Forest Seal Stone to continue playing this game next turn. We can go get the Ultra Ball, drop the Lost City in the double turbo, Alessa's Sparkle onto the board, get some energies there, and then play the game. It's a very, very simple strategy. The training court implies that we're probably either up against Curum or up against Lost Box. Okay, I spoke far too soon. We're up against Rapid Strike, probably Urshifu. If it's this, like Melanie Fu probably is what we're up against. I don't know, man. I didn't expect this. This wasn't on my radar of decks to worry about this early in the metagame. Maybe our opponent is using the Earth Seal Stone or Rock Seal Stone. I don't know what it's actually called. That puts all the Pokemon to 100 HP remaining, and then it's going to go ahead and go for the snipe plays. But which could work, but they're going to have to go ahead and put that onto a V Pokemon, which already gives us a free knockout. Unless they go Zapdos this turn, Zapdos onto the Stone, and put us all to 100 HP, and then win from there. There's a Scorpion. I knew it. I was scared of the Scorpion. I had a feeling that there was a Scorpion coming. What is happening? Why? So it's Urshifu. I think my poster just fell. Oh well. So it is Urshifu. It looks like, but it's like interesting Urshifu. I don't know how to describe this. It's probably Urshifu Lost Box is what we're doing here. There's the Dynamic Tail coming through. Our opponent seems to have a pretty weak start because they didn't play a support or anything. No Colress. 60 damage onto their Greninja. If we Lost City knock out this Drapion, we're actually in a really good spot, which I think our hand facilitates pretty easily because we can just go grab the Mew with the Genesect and draw some more cards. But, however, I'm going to be a little bit greedy here, and I'm going to go ahead and Forest Seal Stone for the Ultra Ball. We're going to go ahead and Ultra Ball away the Double Turbo and the boss, grabbing ourselves a Meloetta, attaching here, putting this here. We're going to go ahead and Alessa's Sparkle. We don't have a great target, unfortunately, because I don't want to put another energy on this Mew, because if it goes down, it's a sinking ship. So here, we're guaranteed the knockout with the Meloetta, and we get to keep drawing cards. And our opponent concedes instantly. That basically is so powerful that we've put ourselves in a very strong spot, and from that position, our Meloetta is not at risk. Our opponent now has to get Lost Zone cards. If they get another Drapion, they have to Drapion Rope, take another 2 prizes, but then the Meloetta does not get touched and takes another 2 prizes. Yes, I don't have any hand disruption, but unless I play a third Drapion, Lost Box doesn't really have a reliable way to take that last prize immediately, so we can just balance out the prize trade by throwing up the Meloetta, retreating into something else, or like taking the 1-for-1 trade at that point. The Meloetta does offset the prize trade really well, which is something I really appreciate about this deck, because there isn't that many good 1 prizers in Fusion Strike Mew, which makes it a problem because Mr. Scorpion does come through and do a lot of damage. Now, this is another really good hand that would have given us the attack. What are we up against? We see Crushing Hammers. We see a Capture Energy. I'm not entirely sure what we're up against. We'll take 2. We'll take 2, yeah. I didn't see the other one, but it's fine. Stall? Yeah, we're up against Stall, it looks like. So Stall is going to be a little bit interesting of a matchup because I don't think this is necessarily the most favorable. We'll go ahead and grab both these guys. We'll Quick Ball away the... I do want to Alessa's, I think. So I think it's got to be the Choice Belt. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. We're going to go ahead and grab a Meloetta. Go get this guy up and running. And I think we can... I don't know if we need to be greedy necessarily here. I'm just thinking through the lines. Because I want to Rope next turn for sure. So I think we can Quick Ball away the Tablet. Get on their Mew. Let's draw 1. I don't want to really burn any of the other cards in my hand. And Energy here would be really nice. Horn doesn't do much. So let's go ahead and... Actually, I'm just not going to retreat. I don't even want to Rope here, I think, actually. We can Ultra Ball next turn and grab ourselves... No, I'm just going to Ultra Ball now. I think the Horn Rope, while keeping a switching card, is really good against this deck, or like this version of a deck. We only have 1 Mew Vmax in the deck. That's actually kind of concerning. I think that it's fine to do it this way. I'm keeping the Lost City because cards like this Morpeko are usually a one-of in these control decks, so we kind of want to punish them accordingly. I don't want to put the Seal Stone down yet because there's a pretty good chance that our opponent could just play like a Lost Vacuum or something. So we'll go ahead and take 1 more card here, and let's go ahead and pass. This is where the 2 bosses come in handy because decks like this are a little bit weird because they don't typically play too many V Pokemon. There's the Avery, a little bit of a punish instantly. Yeah, this seems fine. Puts us in a little bit of an awkward spot, I'm not going to lie. But our hand is pretty decent. Okay, cool. We see the Evatol come down already. A Miltank come down. Wow. Okay. Does our opponent have a way to move this Morpeko? Switch cart, and there goes our DTE. Wow, okay. And a path. Oh, that's an insane turn, actually, from our opponent. This card is actually a really big pain in the ass because it can go ahead and cry for destruction, and it's not really much we can do about it. So let's go ahead and put the Sealstone down. We've got the Lost City as well. And I think the correct route of operations is to quick ball away the Serena. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves another Meloetta. Because if we get Avery'd again, I'm not really too pressed if we lose this guy. We'll go ahead and Alessa's Sparkle. Nope, not that. Over here. I'd like to pull the energies out of the deck this time. And I'm not like too upset if we have to attack with the Meloetta this turn. I'd like to hold the Star Alchemy for one more turn if possible. In an ideal world, I get the Vmax here and just attack. We have the Lost City in hand already, so Path is not actually a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and Star Alchemy for the Vmax, because we only have one in the deck. And rather than attack with the Meloetta, which seems like the obvious choice, I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Mew Vmax on the off chance that our opponents... Like, I don't want to get knocked out by Miltank in return. So we're going to go ahead and do this and go ahead and hit with the Max Miracle. We could, I mean, copy Melodia's Echo as well, obviously. And we're putting the Evatol in the Lost Zone, which actually inspires some confidence here, because unless our opponent plays 2 copies of Evatol, I think we're in a really good spot here. Our opponent can bring up this Morpeko, obviously, and Torment, but we can just retreat, and we have the Switch in hand. There's a Crushing Hammer coming through. There's a Heads that's really annoying. This is one of those situations where I wish we played Silene, but we don't, obviously, so it is what it is. There's a miss on the Pokegear. Hopefully they don't have another supporter, and that could be really good for us. Boss's orders. We have a Switch in hand. We're okay. Okay. Here's where it comes down to Creme. Let's go ahead and flip. Tails. That's fine. Let's go ahead and switch. I don't want to get too greedy here. We could boss up the Peko, but I feel like killing the Miltank is fine. So we'll draw 1 first. Ultra Ball is really good here to just thin cards out of our hand, but I want to just flip, I think. And if we get the if we get the energy, I think we're big chilling. And we do get the energy here. We only have 1 energy left in the deck. I think it's correct to go ahead and grab the Fusion and just put our opponent in a position where they need to get an Evatol or Crushing Hammer or something. And here we can just go ahead and Max Miracle once again. Getting rid of this Miltank, putting that in the Lost Zone as well. The Miltank is probably a 2 of in this kind of a deck. I think the Peko is probably a 1 of. So if we were able to take out the more Peko here, I think it would have been maybe Lights Out. Oh, there's another gear. They did hit something. But will it be enough to keep them in the game? Research. Okay, so they do get to play the game. This is almost certainly Mewtwo V Union, by the way, guys. So being able to hold our resources is really a double more Peko in the hand. So there's 2 more Peko, which is interesting. So we're up against more Peko style, maybe. Not even like traditional ragtag, like Mewtwo V Union style. This is going to come down to hammers and there's a second Evatol. Oh no! Does our opponent have everything they need here to get it? Oh no! Well, that's not good for us. There goes 3 of our special energies, leaving us with just 1 in the deck. Don't worry, don't fret. We do have 1 in the prize cards. Let's go ahead and grab this Mew, and let's Ultra Ball. We're going to Ultra Ball a little bit aggressively, just because we need to find the last DTE in the deck to even play this game. Oh my god. We're getting controlled. I mean, that's what this deck is meant to do. They're getting us pretty good. Wow, we're going to go ahead and brick it here. Mounts pass. I mean, I have to kill the Evatol in the active. I can't really do much else with this hand, so it's just a strong pass from us. It's not like we're any risk of decking or anything. Just 12 cards in our deck. That's not good. There's another Avery. Seems pretty easy. I'm going to go to the Stone. Just make him think that we've got, something else up our sleeve. We don't have anything else up our sleeve. I don't have anything. Cape of Toughness out of the Miltank. Prevents us from Max Miracle and knocking it out. This is where a Lost Vacuum could be very good. Draw 2 with the speed. This does give us the Torment, and eventually the Spark will be what does the damage. There's the path to the peak. Now we're in a position where I think we have to like legitimately chill until we can find the energy, which is a little bit troublesome, of course. But we're just going to have to keep passing. We have 11 cards in deck, so our opponent is going to look for a boss play to try to stall us out of the game. We'd only have one switch card left, so it's not ideal in any world here. But they're not really putting any pressure on us either, so we can chill for a second, and we can talk about our day, guys. We can talk about life, you know, the universe, whatever's going on. Okay, that could put pressure on us for sure. Yeah, let's just pass. Let's just pass. We're chilling. We're big chilling. If you guys do enjoy this kind of gameplay content, please let me know in the comments down below. I have done, traditionally in years past, I have done, in videos past, sorry, I've done only deck profiles, no gameplay, because gameplay does take a lot of time to find games and actually play through. So I would really appreciate the feedback, engagement, whatever you guys want to give me. Just letting me know that this is worth your time, this is worth watching, something of that nature. And obviously, if you don't like it, you can just tell me as well. I won't, no hard feelings, you know. But I will be doing gameplay at least all the way until Brazil, and then maybe we'll just dial it back to, like whenever a set drops newly, I think we can showcase some of these new decks with gameplay, or some unique decks with gameplay. But once the unique stuff kind of goes out the window, we can go back to playing our stock standard and just showing the deck profiles, or doing like VOD reviews and stuff like that, because I really enjoy doing the VOD reviews. I hope you guys enjoy those as well. Either Japanese deck VOD reviews, big regionals VOD reviews, like Warsaw's happening this weekend. I can do VOD reviews on that as well. Just stuff of that nature. We're just going to keep draw passing and hope the switch is in the deck. I don't even know if the switch is in the deck. If it's not, we just lose. I'm going to not let you guys. But I also don't have a way to recycle cards, so I don't know if I can even win this game. There's the DTE. So we have the DTE boss and Lost City to put the Evotal into the Lost Zone. But past that, I don't really have much. So I have to kind of hope and pray that we can get through this. I can pull a DT out of my prizes, which is pretty good if that happens. I think if I'm my opponent, I never take that prize there. I think as a control player, you just don't take that prize yet, because I have 6 cards left in deck, so you kind of wait and force my hand. You force the Mew player to make the proactive play here and take some form of knockout or whatever. And we'll go ahead and Max Miracle here and take the knockout. There's a world where I can win. I do have exactly 3 turns to take my prize cards. And I might not have the switch card in deck. So we're kind of hoping and praying that we can do it. I do have the ability to Technoblast this upcoming turn. And then I don't really. I have to go Technoblast here. Retreat. Technoblast next. Or retreat. Pass. Retreat. Technoblast. Or boss kill. Well, I don't have any bosses left either, actually. I'm at a boss, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, boss is gone, Serena's gone. So I have to go through these 2 melt tanks, which could be a problem. There's a Marnie. Why? Why? But why? But why? Oh, I don't think I had the switch left. And that's it. That's the game. I'm going to go ahead and concede this. There's no world ruin now with that Crushing Hammer Heads. Let's see if the last card was switch. It was a switch, so we could keep playing the game. But I'm going to go ahead and concede there, guys, because I don't have any energy left. I can't win the game. But thank you for watching, as always. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton. Any engagement, any love, whatever you guys want to help me out with, helps a ton. We do have a Discord as well where you can talk to other fans of the channel, Pokemon, whatever. It's pretty active with the few people that are in there, but it's in the description below. And I have a second channel for all games that are not Pokemon. I mean, there's like pack openings and stuff there too, but it's just a fun channel, so check it out as well.